Alright, real quick, I want to get a few things out of the way. First, I will be using a value list to get some of the values for the items here. And the one I'm going to be using is this one in the Wild West Starboard Studios Discord server. This one here. You can pause and look at some of these values if you want. Alright. Next, when I say run, what I mean is like if I spawn at Bronze City or Howling Peak, and I like go up here in the mountains, mine some ores, mine some more ores, down here to Water Cave, mine more ores, and then sell at Bronze City, for example. When I spawn somewhere, mine a handful of ores, and then go to sell, that's a run. And one last thing. Here, total income is 61,788,000. I am not using that number because if someone trades or someone gives me cash for a trade in the black market, it counts towards that total, and then I can spend that money and it will not take away from that total. It's inaccurate, like the number is not, it's not my total income that I made just grinding. So, to start, I look at my total ores mined here. Ores mined is 35,926. Crazy, I know. Now I have that in the calculator here. So 35926. That's the total ores I have mined, divided by the amount of ores per run. So to do that, I have the grinding method video I used here. And I'll just turn off the sound. So here, he starts at Howling Peak, mines the ores up here, in this little crevice with that bear. And then this was back when there were like, this was before the devs deleted half the ores from the game, so just remember that. And then from that little crevice, he comes across this path up to this other little spike, mines a few more ores here, and then he makes his way to Water Cavern. Down here. As you can see, there's 4 ores here, so this is back when ores were not like half deleted yet. And then all the way through this water cavern, grabbing all the gold and silver. There we go. And then he makes his way to Bronze City to sell. So here we can see his inventory. There's a bear pelt, we'll exclude that. So there's 30 slots here, 29, 28, 27. He has 27 ores here. So 27 per run, and the amount of money he gets for that is 4,620. But 27 ores. So I'm here, this calculator, 35,000 total ores mined divided by the amount of ores per run gives me how many runs I've ever done. Now I can multiply that by the amount of money you would get from doing one of these runs. Its averages to 4,500. And I get 5,987,666. This is how much money I've made from mining in this game. So we'll keep that here. 5987. 666. And we'll just forget about the decimal places, not important. Now, there are some other numbers here to take into account. I did not just mine ores the entire time I played this game, I also killed some wildlife. And I have some other things here, but I'm just going to count the wildlife here. So 11,277. So back here, I'd say the main method I use for hunting wildlife is I can go back to YouTube here and scroll through. It's deer hunting in tribal forest. Let me find it. This one. Now, this run, it's you. He spawns here at reservation camp, grabs his horse, and sets up a campfire in that house so he can cook the food when he gets back. Then he goes to put the campfire in his bank, and now he's going to hunt the wildlife. And it's one deer. And then down here to the second one, third one, and fourth one. And then he repeats the process because they respawn. So one loop, this is the second loop he's on right now. He just started the third loop. He just started the fourth loop now. And this is where he gets a full inventory. So not even 4 loops, and you already have a full inventory of pelts, meat, antlers. I'll call it 4 loops. So here, back to my calculator. We can clear this now. 11 to 77 divided by, there's 4 deer per loop, and he did 4 loops. That's 16 deer a run. Gives me 704 runs times the amount of money he makes from each run. On average is 2,500. So we put that here, and I get 1,762,031. I add that to this, 1,762,031. There we go. I'm equal 7,749,697. Now, there are some other things to take into account here, but I'm not counting them because they're decently small. From my main grinding methods, I've made over 7 million cash, just hard work. Now, this is where the trading value list comes into play. I am going to use it to get the value of all the items and cash I have right now. There's going to be a big difference between my total income, this number, and my actual net worth that I have right now. So let's get started. I'm not going to count small things that I wouldn't be able to trade, like for example, lightning vials, because like I can't trade those. No one's going to take those. They're not even worth 1,000. But maybe event items like a frozen axe is actually worth something and I would be able to trade it. I'm going to count that. So I'm counting the big things. It's a rough estimate. If you want to go through and do all the numbers, you can. It'll be not very different. But yeah. So we'll start here. First, auction guns. So clear this, and I have this number here. We'll start with this one. Admiral's Axe Gun. The trading value list says 130k. So, hang on, serial. Alright, I'll call it 140,000 plus Goy Cut pistol and Goy Cut carbine. 15 plus 8 is 23,000 plus Lancaster 60. Yep, 60,000. That's a high serial. Most of my stuff is high serials. Admiral's Axe Gun is 8,156, and this is the low serial that actually matters here. I'll take that into account. So Lancaster, Patterson Navy, rising for some reason. I don't know. This economy is crazy. 630 plus Schwarzlow's prototype, however you pronounce that, 60. I already counted that. 2 kukris. Alright, we're here. Now, these colors are, everyone calls them differently, but this one has a brown handle. As you can see, a white blade, black background there, but this is a brown handle, like a dark brown handle. I'm counting at 60k, mainly because that is also what I'm only going to be able to sell it for. I cannot get more if I try to trade this. And then I have this kukri. They're both high cereals, by the way. It's like a black and bronze blade, is everyone calling it. So bronze blade's 70k. Black and copper or bronze blade. It's one of these two. I'll call it 70. Plus, alright, event items. Cursed volcanic pistol, 65,000, even though I shouldn't count it because I didn't pay for it. It's whatever. I'll count it. I'll count it. Model 3 lightning isn't listed here, and I don't think it can be traded, so you can't count that. Occult sawed-off and occult mule. I have more of these in my bank, by the way. I have 2 mules and 2 sawed-offs. So I count those double. Mule and sawed-off for 8, 2 to 4, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. Plus occult blade. I don't think. Oh no, it's here. 5,000. Plus, okay, now Christmas. Frozen volcanic rifle, 45. Plus red nose cannot be traded. The axe is 30. And that's it for my inventory. Now, other things in my bank, I have cursed lanterns and ceremonial daggers. So let me see here. Ceremonial daggers. That would be down here. Nope, not here. Halloween. Ceremonial. It isn't here. No, it is. I'm just a little. 5. Oh, wait. 5,000. Well, I counted that wrong, but I'll put this towards one, and I have 2 of these, so just another 5,000. Plus. Alright. And then there I also have cursed lanterns. Those are 8, and I have 2 of them, so 16. Plus, let me scroll down here. Lightning recurve bow, not there. Skinwalker bow, not there. That's all useless. Scorched, I'll get to pelts in a minute. All of these, which I'll only be able to sell for cash. Frozen horn bow is listed, I'll count it, 35k. 35. Alright, let me take all these into account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 33,000. No, 44,000. They're worth 3k. Plus, thunder logs. 1, 2, 3, 8, 16, 17. 22 times 2 is 44. Plus, there are some pelts to take into account here. Polar bear. So let's scroll down. Pelts. Polar bear pelt, 2k. I have 3 of them, so 6k. Plus, what else do I have? That's worse. Zombie bear pelts are nothing. This isn't enough to count it. I mean, like, it's just not. Cookies are useless. Candy canes are useless. Half the bows here aren't listed, probably because they can't be traded. Occult lantern? Ow. About the same as cursed lantern, probably worse. Alright, I don't think I have counted instruments yet, so I'll do that. Let me move this. Okay. Instruments. So here we have, well, 2 trade tickets. They're useless. I'm not even going to count them. Drum. 1.5k, and I have 1 of them, so yeah. Maybe 1,500. Plus a fiddle, 7,000. Plus flute, and I have 2 of them, so 6. Plus guitar, 8. Plus harmonica, 2. Plus 2 trumpets, 8 in total. Plus, that might be it. Scorched pelts, what are those? Let me see. Scorched bear pelt, 3. 12. Alright, I think that's all the things that really matter. And what do I get? Okay. Now that, plus the amount of cash I have, 870, 927 equals this number here. Now, this number, 2,265,427, we go here, minus 2,265,427. The amount of money I have made from just grinding in this game, hard work, months on end, minus the amount of like my total net worth right now, all items, weapons, instruments, cash, everything, most things counted that actually matter. And I get 5,484,270. That is how much I've been scammed by the community in the form of auction items, including spitfires. I've had them before, I've lost them to a number of things. Yeah, there you go.